morning. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to say welcome back to my channel, but it's been like 2 years since I've posted, and so I'm pretty sure everyone has forgotten who I am. So, welcome to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be giving you a week into the life of a candidate attorney. So the reason why I chose a week instead of a day is because so much happens in a space of 2 days that you would want to include in one day. And so it's just better to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the whole week, the whole month, even the whole 2 years worth of a vlog. But I've chosen something different. I'm going to just give you I'm just going to give you a week of the life of a candidate attorney doing articles. And please join me on this very interesting 7 days. So my Monday mornings start with an 8 o'clock capacity meeting. This is department specific. So because I'm in the employment department, our capacity meetings are at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. It's basically a meeting whereby we discuss capacity. Basically how much work you have this week. So you can either say you've got minimal capacity, that means you'll be quite busy, or that you've got quite a lot of capacity, which means that you're not going to be as busy. And so that helps the seniors, determine who gets work and how much. Everybody does get work, but it's just a matter of how much work you receive based on your capacity. After that meeting, everybody just vanishes because it's a virtual meeting and we all just get cracking. I have to go to the office. There's quite a few things that I need to leave there, and then I think I might just continue my day from the office because I live quite far from the office. So I'm not about to touch and go like that. So we'll see you later. So I've arrived at the office, and basically what I will be up to today is some research, trying to come up with a charge of misconduct in employment. And then there's some puppy stuff that I need to help an associate with. Then there's training later on. I'll be presenting on immigration law, and then that should mark the end of my day. Yeah. So let's go inside and see what's happening.
Yeah, I'll able. Yeah, it's face through. Angeke babuye noma bengeza bebaningi. Slow sithule simpekile angeke no. 7 days ngeviki. Seljikile ivili. Umthudu John Wick. Akutsama ngabe.
So this is not a promo vid, but I'm such a sucker for cinematography or videography, just in general. I do have a life outside of law, and so this is what I like to do, like as a hobby. And one of the reasons why I stopped vlogging was because I needed a good camera, and it was only until now that I was able to get one. So I got myself the new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, and so like it's good. And so I'm like, I mean, let me just add it there because I'm giving you guys visuals anyway. So that was amazing. So so Tuesday happened. I didn't record because it was very busy. And sorry for wearing this hoodie, but my hair's a mess. Anyway, so on Tuesday, what did I get up to? Oh, yeah. So I got a few new instructions. I had to read some heads of argument and just identify any weak spots in our opponent's heads of argument. I also had to review a policy. So as a CA, you'll be reviewing quite a lot of documents. A perfect example would be if you're asked to review an employer's basic conditions of employment policy. So you're going to review that policy against the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. So you're just going to check whether the policy is in line with that act, what's missing, what needs to be added, what needs to be changed. But yeah, it's always important to keep your reviews to a minimum because I tend to go overboard. So I learned a lesson on Tuesday, a very valuable one. So when reviewing a document, just make sure that less is more sometimes. Oh yeah, I had to compare two collective agreements from 2 different years. So I just had to identify, are they similar, are they different, and to what extent. This was for the purposes of answering a question that relates to, the heads of argument that I referred to earlier on. Then I had to contact my colleague. We were both given a presentation to fix, or not fix, but to come up with, sort out, so that we can deliver next week, Monday. So we discussed how we're going to apportion, the work. The presentation this time deals with the Occupational Health and Safety Act. So my other one dealt with immigration law. This one deals with occupational health and safety. Oh yes, as a CA, you will have to make calls. So you'll call the labor court, you'll call the high court, judges, secretaries. But if there's a matter that needs to be checked on, you will call. And so I attended to calling the labor court on Tuesday. And then, yeah, that was my day. Yes, that was Tuesday. We'll go to Wednesday now. So on Wednesday, I attended a client consultation. I also, prepared my presentation because we do these things in a form of a memorandum. So you'll basically draft the first draft. You prepare a first draft of the memorandum, and then you do your research, you add what needs to be added, and you keep working on it, until it's perfect. So I spent my Wednesday doing that. I also drafted a letter to the senior magistrate of the Protea Glen Magistrates Court. So this was in preparation for my court appearance on Thursday, which I did record. Yeah, not going to give too much, but it's a maintenance matter. So that was what I was attending to on Thursday. I had to draft closing arguments for, my partner. I just had to prepare like a closing statement, and yeah, that was quite interesting. But yeah, that took a lot of time because you want to make sure that it's good. It's a mixture of being an attorney and also having a little advocacy. So when drafting a closing argument, you want to do what advocates do, which is persuade. So it was interesting, delving into that nature of the law, trying to persuade on paper. Attended back to that policy just to make sure that I reviewed it correctly, and then I prepared for my court appearance for Thursday. So that wrapped up my Wednesday. Yeah. As a CA, you will make appearances in the magistrate's court, like I said. While you're at court, you will be with your client. just going through, the matter, or you can just be quiet and just prepare on your own. Um, because I mean, you might do most of the talking, depending on the type of um, case that's before the court. So some CAs attend court doing criminal matters, others attend court doing stuff like maintenance. So it depends really. And also your level of involvement in the case also depends. You'll see a lot of CAs. Like I always get excited to go to the magistrate's court because I see fellow CAs, fellow strugglers. Like we all struggle together. Like I saw some CAs at the labor court. Like we're crying together. So it's always good to mingle, meet new people as well, get some contacts, formulate some good relationships because we need each other at the end of the day. You'll go there with your gown, because if you're going to appear, you need to wear your gown or your robe, as they call it. But yeah, never wear it outside of the court. Although most people do that, I do sometimes. Sometimes it's very cold, and you just need that warmth. But yeah, it's not even warm. But put it on and feel like a lawyer, especially if you're young. And I mean, most people don't take me seriously because they just see some kid that has a gown. But at the same time, some people actually are inspired, and I get quite a lot of good comments while I'm at court. And also, you'll get like people that come to you requiring legal advice, and please don't, don't do it. Anyway, what else did I want to say? Oh yeah. So while you're there, you'll wait for your matter to be called, and really, some people think going to court is glamorous. It's really tiring. It's tedious. It's frustrating. It's the worst. If you thought home affairs was bad, try try the magistrate's court. You will wait like never before. The same way people wait for the return of who. That's how it feels in the magistrate's court. But once your matter has been called, it also depends. Your matter might be called and you might get a postponement. Particularly this magistrate's court, it always has an issue. There's no water, there's no magistrate, there's no electricity, there's no food, there's no air, I don't know, there's just always something. And so you might get multiple postponements before you actually appear one day. So always prepare yourself for those eventualities. Apart from that, just go there for the experience. It teaches you how you read about the law, you read about judges, magistrates, all these beautiful things in the textbook. And in practice, they aren't so glamorous anymore because things are not in your control. They're not in the control of anyone. So it's frustrating for you as a CA because, you thought you'd have your matter over and done with. And it's also frustrating for your client because depending on if it's a pro bono matter, then yeah, the frustration is not as heavier, as if it were a matter that they were paying for. So money gets wasted and we get frustrated. So these processes are definitely stuff that you don't read about, and you can only go and see, once you finish studying and you become a CA. And it's quite shocking that some CAs have never actually appeared in court. It's understandable because some firms might not have magistrates court practices, but I decided to appear in the magistrates courts. I volunteered. I took the initiative because I want the experience, as someone who is a young lawyer. I don't want to do my articles and have never stepped inside a courtroom and actually litigated. I think I would be robbing myself of such an experience. Even if I might not end up being someone that litigates, at least, I want to have had that experience. So sometimes you really must take initiative and give yourself that experience, because at the end of the day, you have to work on yourself. You're the lawyer, and at some point, you'll be alone. So you need to know how to do certain things. Um, but yeah. So after my appearance, I had to go back to the office. Had to attend to. I had to finish those, the comparisons between the two different collective agreements. I also had to finish up on my policy review. I also had to. What did I have to do? Yeah, that's all I had to do that day, because I think I spent about 5 hours at the court. So quite a lot. Then there's the issue of time. So as a CA, the whole legal profession, as you know, is centered around the billable hour. So lawyers don't sell products. Like, they don't sell, we don't sell products, we sell time and a service. But time is what governs, the legal profession. So you have to record your time, and different firms have different requirements for their CAs. We have different targets as well that we have to meet. So you need to work a certain number of hours a day, and those numbers, yeah, in that number, in those numbers, whatever. A part of those hours have to be billable. Billable hours are hours that you can charge a client for. So you do all things relating to a client. Non-billable hours are things that don't relate to clients. For example, training. So when I prepare for training, the time I've spent preparing for training is non-billable. So we have these two, billables, non-billables, and we have targets. We need to meet those targets, but that's something another time. But just to show you how busy it gets. Then Friday came. What happened on Friday? Oh, Friday I finalized my training memorandum. I also attended a disciplinary hearing, which took the whole day. So I had to pay attention and listen and take notes and do all these things. In between that hearing, there were breaks, and basically Friday was that day for the hearing. My Fridays are usually chilled, but sometimes, especially if something is urgent, your Friday might be a little shaky. That includes your weekend as well. So yeah, that's been my week, my work week. Hi everyone. So it's Saturday, and the week's not over. Luckily, there's no work for this weekend, so I'm on campus today because I need to catch up with my board exam prep. So I'll be studying wills and estates today, maybe bookkeeping as well. But usually my weekends are for catching up on board exam prep, so it really never ends. But my high school principal used to say, what did he used to say? He said it's not over until it's over, or something like that. But yeah, it's not over until it's over. It's never really over, so until then it's not over. But anyway, I need to get inside and prepare. Like, I'm struggling to get in because my student card doesn't work, because I finished, but like I'm here to study and there's no security guard to open for me, so I'm just here waiting. Classic of my university. So yeah, that marks the end of my week in the life. I hope I've helped you scratch the surface as to what really goes down in the world of a CA on a typical week. And yeah, it's quite a lot, but it's worth it at the end of the day. I love what I do, and it's rewarding. It's definitely good for my growth as a young lawyer, but I mean, we all have to go through this anyway. But yeah, if you're thinking of doing articles, watch this and leave some comments. If you have any questions, I might just get another video answering those questions. Please don't forget to like, share, like, subscribe, share, comment. Yeah, I'm still getting back to my YouTube groove, but that's the end. Bye.